See, I work because I enjoy. I joined the online sales operations at Google. Google acquired YouTube, and I was a part of the first YouTube team in India.
We've always called her the CEO, which is the Chief Experience Officer. Even the fact that we ended up in business, all the roller coasters we go through with it, also a part of experiences which she ends up creating.
Oh, okay. Anytime somebody asks you, okay, who are you? And the first answer that you give is, I am this so and so manager, or I'm a director, or I'm a VP. When you lose that designation, that's when you really realize, oh, so actually, I'm not my designation.
Sheer milliseconds from which seeing something and converting it into a business idea is mind-boggling. But then if you have to sit and say, okay, here's a structure that you will build and then follow through, that won't happen easily.
One thing that makes me get up and come to work is my team. These are people who have placed their trust in me. They have placed their careers in my hand. I can't let them down.
You have to imagine that this is at a time when there are no experts in digital marketing, and she's trying to create a space, create an SOP, create a model of how something has to be solved, how something has to be measured, and how something has to be pursued.
I joined the online sales operations at Google. This was back in 2005. I also did the Google Maps project, which was we mapped India on Google. Google acquired YouTube. I was a part of the first YouTube team in India. Post that, I moved to Bangalore. I joined Cafe Coffee Day. I joined to handle their digital marketing. Did that for 4 years. Then I moved to TVS Motors, where I was supposed to handle digital for TVS Motor, and then slowly expand to the other parts of the group as well. Post TVS, I joined Flipkart. I joined to handle app marketing. So I actually had quite a good corporate stint before I actually got into business. My last stint was a jewelry e-commerce company, and I was heading marketing. I was a VP of marketing. The one time where I just did not enjoy, my expertise was not really valued. When you don't get that in a role, it sucks the life out of you.
Turns out she's not like any other employee where you give an SOP, you give a bunch of instructions, and things will get done. She needed a logic. She needed a convincing on why something had to be done, or why not something else cannot be done, kind of thing.
For the longest time, since the time I had started working, I had actually never taken a break in between jobs. Never. It had never been even like a week break, because I was, so happy and so excited to get started in the new role. That's when I decided that, okay, I'm going to quit. So I realized that, okay, maybe it was time to just take a break, pursue some of the things that I wanted to pursue. I wanted to become a deep sea diver. So I got my diving certifications in. I took a few vacations. I did a bunch of solo trips because I really wanted to go to some places. When you're in a job, you're like a VP of something or a director of something and all of that. And, it's just so happened that anytime somebody asks you, okay, who are you? And the first answer that you give is, I am this so and so manager, or I'm a director, or I'm a VP, or whatever. And so it becomes such a part of your personality. When you lose that designation, that's when you really realize, oh, so actually I'm not my designation. And I think one thing that I really like about my mindset is that when things go down, I look for opportunities. So this is an e-commerce consulting firm. Our core is helping brands strategize and grow their business online in a profitable and sustainable manner. Now, for that growth, everything that is required to fuel that growth, we do. So there's growth marketing, which includes your performance marketing, SEO, all of that stuff. We have social media and content that we create. Then we have, a marketplace growth team, which helps the brand grow on e-commerce and Q-commerce marketplaces. We have like a full funnel, or rather fully integrated marketing strategy, as well as one-stop shop for online marketing. That's what we do. My first billable was 50,000 for a project that spanned 2 months, and it so happened that somebody needed help with running Google Ads. And although I was at a managerial position and I had run Google Ads like ages ago, I took up that gig. I first took time to revise what I knew, because obviously from the time when I used to run Google Ads to when I started freelancing, a lot of things had changed. So I took time, upskilled myself quickly, and then I took up that project because that project was important for me. Being reliable is a very important aspect of freelancing. When somebody hires a freelancer, their main fear is that freelancers are not reliable. Today they will do my work. Tomorrow, if that guy goes away, I have no control over it. So work on being reliable, follow through with your commitments, and give reasonable timelines and deadlines. And you will see that there is a whole lot of work in the market. In freelancing, what happens is sometimes you have so many clients you cannot service them, and sometimes for a long period of time you don't have any client. Somewhere in between, we also got a house. We took a house loan. I have a dog. Between us and my dog, we needed obviously daily cash flow, and we were not getting as much business. So we were spending more than we were earning, and we also had liabilities. So before we could realize, we had gotten to the point where we didn't have much in our bank account. Whether you're working or in a corporate career or you're in a business, secure your personal finances first. We're always doing a business, to be honest. Because even if you're in a corporate job, you are running your own personal finance business. You are responsible for growing your finances. And so, no matter where you are in life, you have to educate yourself enough to have a secure pipeline, and to know that, okay, if today my salary stops coming, for how long can I survive on my savings? Once you have that figured out, I think you can take decisions more confidently. I've had the most supportive men in my life. My husband is one of the tops that list. In life, in business, in everything that I'm dealing with. He is a great team member. More than just being a support, he brings in the right perspective. Also, he's very annoying now that he's here.
Thank you. We've always called her the CEO, which is the Chief Experience Officer. So she's in charge of all experiences that happen, whether it is vacationing or anything else. But where the role gets expanded is that even the fact that we ended up in business, all the roller coasters we go through with it, also are part of experiences which she ends up creating. And
okay.
I see myself more as a wicket keeper. So I have to be prepared for every ball which might get left, got hit all over the place, and then see how do we bring some more structure to things.
We enrolled for business coaching and moved to the whole 7-month coaching journey.
Sheer milliseconds from which seeing something and converting it into a business idea is mind-boggling. But then if you have to sit and say, okay, here's a structure that you will build and then follow through, that won't happen easily. So you have to force yourself.
We attended every coaching session together, but it was focused on my vertical of the business.
See, the point is her journey is hers. And where it requires support to come in, that's the role I would play. The moment we switch that, no longer remains her journey.
These two are two elements of nature, I'll tell you. I've seen them. She's fire, he's water. And they flow beautifully together.
Slowly, consulting projects outran my bandwidth. So it was like I have less time and too many projects. So I decided that, okay, let me hire a few people who can do the base level operations work for my consulting gigs, and let me just do the strategy piece. And then slowly, one employee after another, now we have a full-fledged team. We have about 12 people in the team. I still believe in having a very lean team and more revenue, of course. All of us are consultants. What that means is that each role is client facing. There are hardly any roles that do not interface the client. One advantage of that is that everybody gets exposure to the client's needs and their learning is immense. B, they become accountable because they know that they are directly answerable to the client. The way I've always wanted to build a team in a way that everybody feels that they are contributing significantly to the growth of the company, and then they are contributing in a significant manner to the client's growth, and they have direct access to the client themselves. So currently, we're working with a lot of these FMCG brands. There is a South India-based ice cream brand called Hagyo Ice Creams. There is a chips brand called Modern Kitchens. On the marketplace side, we've worked with some brands of Aditya Birla Group. We are also potentially going to grow UCB onto quick commerce marketplaces. Then we've worked with this client called Smoor. They're into gourmet chocolates. We've worked across industries. Now we have a growing client base in Dubai. So in the next 3 years, we want to at least grow 2x in India. We want to expand into the UAE as well as UK. The idea is to be able to use efficient methods and tools to be able to produce a lot more work with having a lean, flexible, agile team. I think for the longest time, my dad thought that this was just a hobby and that I wasn't really serious about it. And then one fine day, I'll go take up a job. And to be very honest with you, even I thought that. But he was actually pleasantly surprised that I was able to scale it to a point that I had a team, and our revenues were growing and everything. And it was an initial surprise, but after some time he was really proud. He would tell me that I think you're carrying the family legacy forward.
It doesn't feel like I'm working with a founder, and I can openly talk to her with any problem or the issue, and she gives me the clear picture of how it works.
The way she looks into the brands, also making sure how we can deliver the best to them, looking into the overall strategy, and as a person also, in the team, the way she motivates us to work along, so that is really nice.
So my dad was my rock, and when he went, it was life was pretty much over for me. It happened just a year ago. In fact, today is the day that he passed. And I can't say that I've fully found my motivation to keep doing this. I think the one thing that makes me get up and come to work is my team, because I feel and I know that I'm responsible for them. These are people who have placed their trust in me. They have placed their careers in my hand. I can't let them down.